The stage is set for the biggest prize in world football. It's France versus Croatia in the final of the 2018 FIFA World Cup. And I have with me Indian football legend Bhaichung Bhutia to set that big final up for us. Bhaichung, welcome to WION.
Thank you.
It's not a final perhaps not a lot would have anticipated. Were you among those?
Definitely yes. I think nobody maybe in the world had predicted Croatia to go to the finals, but yes, I did predict France to win it. I did say that they were the favorites to win the World Cup. So they are in the finals, still not won it. So I'm hoping, hoping that my at least guess or prediction is going to get right.
Well, France of course boasts limitless talent. Now, when we look at this, they are in the second major final in as many years. Surely Didier Deschamps would have learned his lesson from that defeat to Portugal.
Definitely yes. I think that's where I'm a bit worried on France, because I think the quality they have is great. The team, I think to reach the finals, they have shown they can attack and they can at the same time defend very, very well. But obviously it's up to the coach finally to decide. But as a striker, I always want team to be more attacking, and especially with France, the kind of players they have, sometimes they can try and be more adventurous, try and be more attacking team. We saw against Belgium. Players like Pogba, who's a great talent, were defending more than attack. So hopefully in final, I think I personally would want to see France being more attacking side than just defending.
And you also mentioned Belgium there. Belgium also boasts an equally talented side. You think they were a bit unlucky when it came to meeting France at side that is equally talented?
No doubt. I think it could have been anybody's game. Belgium obviously was one of the best sides as well in this World Cup. But yeah, again with France, I think as I said, defensively they were very, very organized. Midfield, I think they've got two of the best players, especially Kante, doing such quite a lot of hard work. And what France has really got advantage is you've got players like Kante who can really win the balls in the midfield, and from defending position to getting into attack in that speed, I think that is where it makes a big difference. So I think that's where Kante does win a lot of balls in the mid area. You include that includes second ball, that includes interception of passes. I think that's where they are quite dangerous. As soon as they win the ball in the midfield, to get from defending to attacking, they're quite fast. So that is where I think a lot of teams would cause problem to other teams.
Well, you mentioned a lot of talents, but then among those many talents in France, one talent that has been outstanding is Kylian Mbappe. He's set the World Cup alight. Not many teenagers in the past have done it.
Yeah, again, I think he's just 19 and he's one of the best players in the world, and the amount of transfer fees, he's already are into speculation is massive. So obviously, for me, his style of play is what Brazilian Ronaldo had it. So he could be the next Brazilian Ronaldo in few years' time. And yeah, I think he's had a great match against Argentina. That was the big difference. And big impact Mbappe made, and that's how I think today the entire world knows about Mbappe because of Argentina's game. Though before we knew him he was a great player in PSG, but I think against Argentina he showed that he's capable of playing big matches in big tournament.
Who would have thought Croatia in a World Cup final for the very first time? Have they already exceeded their expectations?
They have gone beyond their expectation for sure. And if you ask any of the Croatian players, they would tell you that I think they've achieved beyond what they've thought. I don't think any of the players would also have thought that they would go to the finals. But again, I think when you have that belief and you go into the final match by match, I think if you play and focus on it, you can get that. And before the tournament, I don't think any Croatian players or fans would have expected the team to go to the finals. But I think especially after Argentina game where they scored 3-0 in the league matches where they won it, I think that really gives them a lot of confidence, and I think that's the reason why they've come so far.
Bill Shankly, Liverpool's legendary manager, he said, if you're first, you're first. If you're second, you're nothing. Will Croatia, surely they want to take the trophy back to Zagreb, given that, and plus they have an added motivation in this match, given that France are the one team that beat Croatia in 1998 semi-final.
No, that's true, because everybody would remember the winner. But for a team like Croatia and the smaller countries who are not as big as the big nations like Germany, Brazil, or Argentina, I think for them still it's a big achievement. And I don't think people will forget Croatia because they've gone on to the finals. If it was Brazil or Germany or somebody going to the finals and losing out, people would not really remember that. But Croatia to go to the finals and losing out, I think they will still remember that.
Well, Bhaichung, if I'm going to put you in a spot and ask for a prediction, you have already predicted. You already said that you want France to win. can there be a shock?
I don't think there will be a shock. I think France is going to win it comfortably. In fact, they might win it 3-0.
Okay, so Bhaichung Bhutia says it might be a 3-0 victory for France, but who knows? The World Cup has been full of surprises, and maybe perhaps we could have another first-time winner in Croatia at Russia 2018.